Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a small pin haul. We'll start with some pins that I got from Patreon rewards and also a trade from my friend Julie, aka Jushmu. First she gave me this really adorable raccoon as part of her Patreon rewards. I like when pins have large amounts of black nickel metal. I also got this very cute bad puss little kitty wearing a jacket from her. I think it's full of sass and attitude, and I really like how she did the cat's face. Very cute, and I like the color palette as well. Just a hint of screen printing with the bow there. Adds a nice little bit of texture. I also like the iridescent backing cards she's got. Next up is this all gold with only black screen printing on it Pikachu. She also has, I think, a Tom Nook version of this pin, but I elected to just get the Pikachu. It would have been really cool with black enamel instead of black screen printing, but this is very cool as well. Not to say that one's cooler than the other, just both would be very cool. I like the smooth surface, the way that the screen printing sits on top of the metal. Nice and shiny. Here we have one of her original designs, Let Me Feel My Feelings. Well, the first two are original designs as well, just the Pikachu is obviously not her character. I really like, again, the flat black nickel plating, the metal, and just the minimal color palette, and the little sprinkly stars are very cute. Also, this pin has really great texture and hand feel, and a cute message too. Next up we have this Super Mario inspired Green Hills sort of pin. I like the colors and I really like the use of screen printing. Very simple, but I don't have that many green pins, so it'll stand out nicely on my pin board. I don't know about you, but I kind of like the sound of crinkly plastic. Sometimes, anyways. Hopefully these sounds aren't too bad. Here's a happy little sunshine. Not very complicated, but really clean, simple design. Good use of silkscreen, nice colors. And another bright addition for my pin board. Next up, I have this little duo from, I think this is a Patreon one. I can't remember, but I really like little space-themed pins, and I love sets, and these are very adorable. I like the texture lines that she had silk-screened on, and the sort of pastel colors are also really cute. Kind of look like a bowling ball, sort of. And I think this is the last one from her. She did a couple of D&D inspired pins, and I chose to go for the lucky one. There was an unlucky as heck one as well, but I really like the tones of the blues with the yellow stars, and the little swoosh of silkscreen just adds a really nice drawerly feel. Really charming. Great hand feel as always. And a good size for a pin, not too big, not too small. Next up, I have an assortment of pins that I got from my friend Faux Fox Studio's second version of her pin collection sale. So these all came without backing cards, and they're from various different makers. The first one up is this really charming soft enamel with purple dyed metal house pin, a little dollhouse. I just adore the different pastel colors, all the tiny little details. It's very sweet. I've wanted that pin for a while. And in the same vein, I got another soft enamel pastel house pin, this one by Lisa Chow. I believe this is a B grade as it's got a little scratch in the top left corner, but that doesn't really diminish from the cute aesthetic of the pin. She also has a nice back stamp on the back. And then I got this one thrown in by Faux Fox Studio herself. Just a cute sort of Memphis style. Oh, there's the dog scratching at the door. She does get very curious when I'm filming. Yeah, just a cute little pin. I like the pastel colors and the squiggly lines. And this one is a pin that I had my eye on for a while. And it's by Bright and Bubbly, and it's just a little pack of bubble gum. I like all the little details that they've got here and all the bright colors. And I love pins that are based off of packages of things. They always seem so cute and miniature. This one was the one I was the most excited for. I found out about this pin when it had been long sold out by Shantae, and I couldn't really find it anywhere. And then I was very delighted to see Faux Fox Studio had it on one of her pin boards for her sale, so I nabbed it up as quickly as I could, and it is adorable. I love Sonic the Hedgehog, and I really love Shantae's illustrative, cutesy version of him. Look at those little cheeks. Hey, he's so cute. The proportions are very, very good for this too. Now this one actually came from my manufacturer. She included it in my little buddy's Kickstarter box. It may have been by accident. I don't know who it is by, and I also can't read the tiny, tiny, tiny silkscreen type on the wrist. It's a very pretty pin, perhaps not 100% my style, but very, very pretty, lots of delicate details. And my eyesight must be really bad because I can't read the back stamp either. But if you know who this is by, please let me know. Maybe I'll try to take a close-up picture with my phone and see if I can get a better zoom in, but I just can't read it. I am old, apparently. So here's another trade that I did with Arcadian, another friend from Canada. First up is this adorable little grilled cheese friend. I love grilled cheese. Just a cute little friend, little melty cheesy friend on Texas toast, which is important. Actually, I'm not that particular when I make grilled cheese. Here I am trying not to make super jarring crinkle sounds. Next I have this adorable little bean tiger. His body is really shaped like a bean, isn't it? And I like the subtle use of silkscreen. Always a fan of silkscreen. And the, I don't know, just the chubby, cutesy nature of the design is very cute. Cutesy nature is cute, go figure. I like how it feels like a little stuffed animal. And I like the use of the gold metal as the stripes. And the backing card is very pretty. Always a fan of greenery, and it contrasts the orange of the tiger nicely. This is one of her newer pins, a Lemon Buddy. It's a set of 2, but I only got this one. The other half other part of the set is the back of the lemon with its butt cheeks showing. It's funny. But it's got 2 colors of silkscreen, bright pink cheeks and little white dimple texture on the lemon skin. I really like the colors though. And next up I have this little Hope girl. Just a sweet little character with rosy cheeks and a flower in her hair. I think, or on her hood, I guess. She's wearing a little hood. She's kind of like a fairy tale little character. Just a very sweet little pin. I like the details in the flower on her hood. And I think this is the last one from Arcadian. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Taro Tanuki Boba Tea, I guess. I really like the neon color. The neon-y magenta is really pretty. I think I have one of her other animal boba tea pins. I just can't remember which one. But I like the colors in this one. They're really bright and they stand out nicely. And next up I have pins by Yume Moon Studio. She's from France, and these pins are so gorgeous. I really love the backing cards she did for all of them. But the first up is this swatch of pastel swatches, this swatch book of swatches, I guess. And I mean, what's not to like here? Very simple, different pretty pastel colors, nice clean design. A very cute little pin. These were all up on her site for pre-order a couple months ago, and I was happy enough to help fund them. She had a whole bunch of different swatches, and I chose, I think this was the tropical one, but I just love these colors, the yellow, the orange, the turquoisey blue, so pretty. And of course the little white glitter sparkles are the perfect touch on top. The next pin I pre-ordered is a sort of a Polaroid landscape with swatches underneath. And in my artwork, I love including swatches, and I think that anything with swatches underneath or beside is, I don't know, I think it's such an interesting touch. So I really love that she did this with this series. I think she did 4 or 5 landscape Polaroid pieces like this, and I got 2 of them, so there's even more to choose from than what you see here. But they're just lovely little pins. This is probably my favorite of the whole bunch. It's the same swatches as the individual swatch pin, the tropical colors, and so pretty. And it looks so great on those little backing cards. I think she did such a nice job. This was a separate pre-order from her, but nonetheless I was also very excited to get this. It's a Sailor Moon inspired shield, and it's a heavy pin, as you heard. There's so much going on, so much pretty detail. I love the sparkly, glittery enamel. It's a very thick pin. It makes a nice metallic sound when I tap it. But I just love all the colors and intricate details. It's so beautiful. I think I've said this before, I've never been like a huge Sailor Moon fan. I didn't get that channel on TV when I was a kid, but I still love the imagery that the cartoon uses so much. Next up is a Kickstarter reward I got from D Atlas Studio. They did a Kickstarter of Mama's Shop themed snacks as Pokemon, and I got this like little Pocky but Grocky Pokemon box of snacks pin. I think the colors are really pretty. I love things with floral, different flowers and greens. It's very nice. There's just one tiny little mark on the G, but otherwise it's a nice pin. And the backing card is really beautiful. Lots of nice detail there. This was a pin that I ordered as soon as the shop update came out because I had seen it before and just loved it. It's from Bloomsbury Nook, and it's a little Delft blue tiger, so patterned off of Delft china. and it's just that beautiful bright cobalt silkscreen color on top. A really smooth white enamel pin and a gorgeous backing card. He's such a cute little guy too. A really ingenious use of the screen printing, I'd say. Next up is Sugar Nova. She did another creative art supplies based Kickstarter, and this is the pin that I pledged for. It's I guess they're supposed to be like Copic markers, Copic or Poscas. She had a version with black enamel and the same silk screen on that was meant to be Poscas, but I liked the white. And I just love the little flowers on the sides. She also had a set of pencil crayons that I wish I had gotten as well, and a couple other creative maker inspired pins. It was a really cute collection. I definitely recommend checking them out. Okay, these are by Sugar Bones, and this first little 4-pin set was from her Patreon club. I just backed for these 4 guys. I don't make a habit of following people's Patreons permanently. I just pledge for a reward if I like it. But these little Powerpuff Girl pins are so cute. And there's a little typo on the bottom, trying, T-R-Y-N-G. I'll pretend I don't see that though. I think the Mojo Jojo one, the green monkey at the top, is my favorite. I just really like green, I think. I don't know. Lately, I guess. But they're all so cute, and they make perfect little board fillers for your pin boards. Just fill in any awkward spaces. They're really nice quality pins. Whoever her manufacturer is obviously does a good job. Now, this next pin might be one of my all-time favorite pins. I'm not a huge fan of Pietro. It is a character from Animal Crossing. I know of the character, but I don't have it in my village or anything, but I haven't really played Animal Crossing since like the first 2 months it came out. But look at the colors on this pin, and it has a little rotating bit. Okay, so the pin I received, it's really stiff, as you can see. It doesn't spin around very easily, but that's fine by me. I mean, I'm putting it on a pin board. I don't need it to be spinning all the time. But just look at all the colors. I love things with rainbow colors, and she's chosen such a perfect color palette. The quality of the pin is really beautiful. There's some silkscreen detail, which makes me happy. And there's the little 3D mouth, and the red is just perfect. So, yes, overall one of my favorite pins. I just love the bright colors, and it's a nice thick pin too. I think I tilt it so you can see a bit of the side angle to see. It's sort of, the smile is bolted into the middle of the face pin, and that's how it rotates. Well, you can sort of see. It's not too complicated. And I got a couple pins from the Gray Muse's recent shop update. The first one I got was this rainbow embroidery hoop. I don't know, something about the black backing cards made the white balance on my camera go wonky, but you can see, I don't know, the colors are getting all washed out, but it is actually pretty vibrant. The clouds have some nice white glitter in them, and I like the wood texture on the embroidery hoop itself. It's a very sweet little pin, nothing fancy, but I do like to embroider from time to time, and I always love rainbows. Camera problems aside, the backing card is very nice. The next one I got, chock full of silkscreen, just a little palette. You know me, silkscreen, rainbows, often those are all I need to find a pin that I love. I think the colors are really sweet. The colors are really nice, rather. And it's nice, smooth, good hand feel, all that jazz. It's a fairly big pin though, bigger than I was expecting actually. I don't know what I was expecting, something smaller I suppose. The last pin from the Gray Muse is another fancy spinner pin. This is a color wheel. Look at all those enamel colors. And it's affixed much the same way the Sugar Bones pin was. I do give you a better side view of this pin, I know that. This one is also much of a looser spinner, but you can use it to pick your triadic and your complementary colors. I just like it because it has lots of rainbow colors on it and it's a fun interactive pin. Pretty well versed in my color theory and choose to ignore it. All of the colors are my favorite color palette. Yeah, so you can see there's like a little spike in the middle, and that's how the top pin is affixed, and then it's just a spinner. I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm sure you understand it. So this little bag was from Celestial Fox's second sale that she did a couple months ago. She has some of the nicest quality pins. I am so envious of her manufacturer, but I'm not going to go and ask her. Pin makers like to keep their manufacturers sort of a closely guarded secret. But the quality is so beautiful, and the colors she chooses are lovely. They're always lovely. You can always tell a Celestial Fox pin by the color palette. So I just got this little angry apple. I don't know if it's from anything. I don't think so. But I like the green and I like the cartoony face. This pin was from her Moony Witch Kickstarter from last year, but I never pledged for it. And I always regretted. I did back for something else, but I didn't pledge for this pin. And I just love the detail in it. So when I saw it was in her second sale, I scooped it up. I don't know what the second's, like what the flaw is on it though. I think it goes really well with that big Sailor Moon shield by Yume Moon Studio that I showed earlier. Much the same aesthetic. So pretty and such a nice thick pin. Lots of little details. Glad I was able to scoop that up. And the last pin that I have from her, I'm also very glad. This was the one that I really wanted. It's Leaf from Animal Crossing, and it says OK Bloomer. Again, with this pin, I have no idea where the flaw is. It looks perfect. You know me by now. It's got flowers, it's got silkscreen, it's pretty pastel, and it's cute, and it's got like a sort of groan of a joke, but I love a good pun. This is so beautiful. One of my favorite pins. I love flowers. Especially when they're pretty multicolored flowers like those. Here's another Canadian. A lot of these have been Canadian pin makers, but here's another one. I did a trade with Extra Soft Co. And what I got was this really awesome keychain. And she's even got a little like name tag stamp on it, which is really pretty and shiny. Look at that. Nice font. And then a little tiny version of the leaf. And then the big jumbo leaf. It's so cute. I like the colors she chose. They're kind of like nostalgic 90s-ish, but not quite. I think they're pretty. Nice thick pin too. Well, it's not a pin, but nice thick metal. I put that on my purse. Except that now it means I can't sneak up on anyone because it's very jangly. The next thing I got from her is this pretty little fish. And both of her pins that I got use the no enamel and just silkscreen technique that Jushmu did on her Pikachu before. And it looks so nice. I like how this fish has slightly rounded edges. Just really pretty. Nice to touch. Very elegant, I would say. And her backing cards are very pretty too. And this one was also, I think, part of the set, because it's obviously the same aesthetic, but it's a little piece of driftwood. Just so clean and elegant and simple. Plus it'll be a good pin to fit in some sort of like awkward gaps on my pin board. Not a lot of pins I have are shaped this way. So I only have 2 artists left, but you'll see what I mean when I say that they have a lot of pins between them. So I did this trade with Vector Penguin Shop a couple months ago, and she sent me her entire color wheel of little Compedo candies. She's since released them in a smaller format, even smaller than this, and they're just so adorable. Look at that teal, rainbows, mini pins. I mean, I don't need to explain why I like these anymore, do I? I'm not sure if I want to display them like just dabbled in like gaps on my board, or if I want to keep them together as a rainbow. I haven't actually put them on the pin board yet, so I'm still trying to decide. Such a satisfying heavy card to hold too, with all those pins on it. Next bunch from her are all these mini pins. So I got that little dragon Haku from Spirited Away, and I love that. Okay, Americans call them Smarties, but we Canadians call them Rockets. Smarties are something else, don't you know? But it's a soft enamel pin, and it's got really good texture. You can just feel all the lines in between, so it's really great texture. And then she's got a little strawberry candy and a Tootsie Roll and little eggs, a little skeleton and bones. And I love those chocolate chip cookies. So smart to just do the gold medal with little dabs of brown chocolate enamel. Ooh, and the skull and bones, they glow in the dark. Very cute little pins, and they're all really nicely made too. Now, the last artist that I got pins from was Ducharme Doodles. She's another Canadian artist, and I just purchased, she had 8 seconds quality mini pins for $15, I think, so I bought 16, so $30 worth, and they were all just random. So some of them are from things I don't know. I think the sword is from Inuyasha, which I have never watched and know nothing about. But I've got a cute little Animal Crossing Switch, a little goldfish, some Pikmin, treasure balloon from Animal Crossing, a pitfall, a little, I think that's a card captor Sakura wand, and I don't know what that fortune cookie is, or the mask. And the boomerang, I think, is from the Inuyasha set as well. I don't know. But they're all very cute and really well made. Lots of little details. Ducharme Doodles is infamous for all her mini pins. Anyways, so that is my pin haul for the last couple months. Thank you guys so much for watching. I tried something a little different with the formatting for this video. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye!